You'd never been in this room before. The industry wasn't even technically having products or brands like that. Outside of, an LVMH-backed brand like Rihanna and Fenty, there's a lot of catching up to do, and there's a big head start. So who was going to fill the gap of that head start to make sure it was actually equitable, not just diverse?
Damn right. And that should be you. Right? It's like at the end of it, you were like, you looked at yourself and you're like, why not me? Is a better answer to it. You're like, why not me? I'm ready. I've been in preparation. I feel like I know this audience. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
All right. So talk to me about that start. So you get the money, you get $1 million check.
Yes.
Then what?
From one major investor. And then it was, launch was insane. We were ready. It was wildly successful, honestly. So much so that the venture capitalists came back and said, hey, let's pour more money into this right now. I'm like, no. Let's slow down. I don't want to do the rocket ship. I know what that looks like. I actually want to do a little bit slower, right? Which again, I would argue is not the VC model, So we had a
Depends
very
on the
successful,
VC, but absolutely.
Fair.
Also, I think, listen, you were coming out of Glossier, which was a race to the hills, run to the mountaintops.
What's that? What's profitability?
Who cares? And I think it was a different time. And I often talk about this because it's important for our audience to understand that for a very long time, and arguably for the last 10 to 15 years, where direct-to-consumer businesses have ruled what we have as consumers seen come up and then inevitably come down.
Yeah.
The idea was not about profit. It was about chasing growth, chasing customers, and doing it at any cost imaginable.
That's right.
And we've had this huge switch that post-COVID, everybody sat there and was like, well, is your business profitable or is it not? Because if it's not, then there is no longevity there. And I think for so many founders, they were like, but whoa, that wasn't what I was optimizing for.
Yeah.
Me, my investors, my board, my management team, we've just been chasing growth. And I think it's a really important distinction to make because those days are over.
Gone. And we were a little bit more on the conservative side, not burning cash or taking in too much cash too early. But then again, launch, we blew through our entire month's forecast in a day.
So you were on a rocket ship.
We were on a rocket ship, right? And everyone started knocking every retailer possible. And we still were like, no. We'll do our Violet Grey, our Goop. Let's really position ourselves. Let's really be careful and diligent about what clean beauty actually means and take our time. But even with that, within 16 months, we were signing a contract with Sephora. And
everything was happening. You had 80 beauty awards. You were on Oprah's favorite things list. You had
Oprah.
Oprah. You had the Allure Beauty Award.